This week on No Cell Service, our hosts cover the German horror Steel Trap. This content is intended for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is advised.
What the fuck? This movie was
something else?
Interesting.
So, this was not the original movie we planned on covering. We planned on covering All Our Friends Are Dead, 2020, not the one with Jojo Siwa in it. I believe it's Polish. However, I was about to watch it, I realized it was another like dark comedy horror, and we just did Gremlins like an episode or two ago, and I was like, oh, let's like not do the same kind like back to back. And so when I was doing New Year's themed research for horror movies, this one came up on so many different lists, and I was like, why?
Interesting, because it's so funny. Like, yeah, I guess it is a New Year's movie, but like...
It literally happens on New Year's Eve, right after midnight.
Yeah, you're right.
So I guess technically New Year's Day.
But like, I just like... the reason I'm sitting here acting like this is the first time I'm hearing about this is because... I don't know. I mean, I guess like it doesn't... Like, they don't have to fucking allude to it too much. Like, how can you make New Year scary? But I don't know. It just, I think for me, this movie was not bad, but like it had its moments.
Oh, you're being so kind. The
I don't think it's great.
Dialogue.
Oh God.
The dialogue and the music choices. All right, so let's start there. The worst things about this movie are character interactions, dialogue, and score. I say score loosely because they did record some of their own music, like all of the creepy child, like lullaby music, loved. Actual background music choices for when things are happening, god awful.
Yeah, yeah. The dialogue feels like it was written by someone from the 40s who was writing a novel.
I could see that,
because just some of the words people use and the phrasing is like. I know this was like 2007, but people did not talk like this in 2007.
So my thing is, it's 2007 4chan.
What do you mean?
This is the way people talked online.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Like, it's the dude bros online.
Oh, God. Is that why?
Talking about, like, the quick quips with no break. Like, everyone has their shit unlocked.
Oh, God.
And, then, like, I could not, at points, write down freaking dialogue because I was like, but there are a few points where I quote shit they actually said in this goddamn movie.
I'm glad, because there were some things that I was like, I hope I can remember that they used those words. But I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, I don't fucking remember. I just remember being like, did somebody, like, this... It's just like, oh, God.
It's the dialogue, and literally when I finally caved in, I was like, okay, this movie I found on Tubi. I was like, fine, you know what? Okay, we'll watch it, whatever. It's showed up on 4 different lists now. One of them was like, the character dynamics and dialogue can be a little thin at points, but otherwise it's a good movie. It was like, thin? What character development? What? This is surface level. And like, in watching it, we never try to bash the actors, right? Like, they're just doing their job. However, they are doing their job 1%. Like, if they like put 100% into this movie, I think it would actually be like a decent movie. But their interactions like make it this shitty of a movie.
Yeah, it's rough. It's almost like there were definitely some scenes where it felt like they were given some direction of like where, you know, the emotion should be, or like, you know, how one of their characters should be feeling. But at the same time, like, I think that advice was probably very slim and oblivious in some way, because like the actors just almost, I don't know, it was just like the direction that they had was not super cohesive. It was just all like, I don't even know how to explain it.
It feels like a student film.
It felt like I was walking into a wall every like 10 minutes, just like bumping my shoulders. And then like the 4th time I was just like, God damn it. Like, what the hell? It's
bad. And like, I'm thinking of it because like one of the things with how many movies we watch, right? We watch so many goddamn movies. I did some filmography shit for a job. Like, you come to pick up the beats of how things should happen. And I think one of the main reasons the dialogue in this movie is trash is, again, the quick quips back. There is no space between sentences. Yeah. Right? Someone will say something and the other person delivers their line right then and there, like someone, like they are reading the script currently. Yeah. Like, it's not like they like had any room to like be like, oh, let me breathe for a second, or like let that linger with the audience before I come back.
Yeah, they didn't like give space for cues in scenes for like someone else to butt in on dialogue after a break. It was just like, you say your line and then you say your line and then you say your line, and that's the scene.
Yes, without like thinking anything about it. And let me double check this. Well, let me double check. But I think I saw on IMDb, like, one of the trivia things was that this movie was filmed in 12 days.
And that makes some sense, because it definitely feels like a lot of it was shot like at once, if that makes sense. Like, just between the energy and like, I mean, it works because of the setting and like where we find our characters throughout the movie. Like, it works that it kind of feels that way, but also it just feels wrong at the same time, because a movie shouldn't feel like it shouldn't feel like it's all been done like that. You know what I mean? Like, okay. Especially when things that happen over the course of like a nighttime, like over the course of a night, you know, when characters like wait for morning time to come or whatever, like those times are stretched out to feel like fucking eternity.
No, it's the timing. I do need to correct myself. It wasn't a 12-day. It was, they only had 12 hours each day to shoot.
Oh, okay.
Also, there's nothing on the Wikipedia. I don't know if you tried to look at the Wikipedia for this movie. Mm-mm. It literally has a 2-sentence synopsis. The cast, not even what cast member plays which characters, and then references. That is all the wiki has, which we usually reference the wiki to make sure we're staying on track plot-wise. Can't do that. And then there are maybe 15 trivia facts, if that, on IMDb, which are usually fun. I watched, I think, half of a behind-the-scenes making of it, which I was able to find on Film School Archive on YouTube. So it's like a 40-minute video of a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. It was interesting and wasn't. Like, a lot of it is literally just like behind the scenes shots. So it's just like a fourth person with a camera filming things that are happening. And it wasn't too much talking about the movie, except it's the director, I believe, is German. Or like there was a lot of German actors and cast and stuff, or German crew. And so like we'll get to it here in a second, but like when they do the music and like things like that, like it was interesting watching the behind the scenes of it and all of them like speaking in German. And I'm like, why did you guys decide to make everyone American? Because almost every single cast member has an accent. Yeah. And you can really tell with Robert. When Robert talks, you're like, that is a forced American accent, my guy.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So that's kind of literally, that's it. That's what I got for you for behind the scenes or production. It was filmed in an abandoned building. Okay, and that makes sense. Yeah, so I think they had access to, I don't think it was all of the floors, but they had access to a decent amount of the floors. The only bathroom that was usable was in the basement, and they said the elevators going from each floor was hectic as all fuck, because they showed a picture of the elevator buttons that were like labeled like scene 2 is happening here, scene 4 is here, like, and so they had to keep bouncing from floor to floor, and the cast was talking about like, yeah, you get into the elevator with a bunch of people holding gear and you're like, are we all going to the same floor? What's happening? Where's everyone going? And so like, besides it being super hectic, that's what I got for you. Yeah. They don't mention like what type of building it was filmed in or anything. It was like an abandoned office building, so it's pretty much exactly what it says it is. I just have gripes with that because of where they end up later on. And I'm just kind of like... It's the old cantina. What do you mean? Like where they end up in the, like... In the final? Yeah. Like the final scene?
Yeah.
or where we'll get to it
We'll
because
address
it's
it.
a little spoilers.
Yeah, I don't want to.
We'll talk about it here in a little bit.
Why don't we just? Yeah, we could just.
Let's get into it.
We literally start with like some jagged ass shots of New York, a city.
Yeah, a big cityscape. Like there are a bunch of skyscrapers and just skyscapes, like cityscapes.
Yeah.
Of just nighttime shots, and it's cutting between like really nice shots and then like security footage shots.
Yeah.
Of everything happening, and there's some music happening, and after all of these cuts we zone in on an abandoned skyscraper. At the top has a live band with a whole party happening.
Yeah.
And we get all these like quick cuts between the bands and then people in the crowd, and then we start to focus in on who our main characters are. So it seems like one of our main characters is from the band. He's the lead singer who is dressed like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. He's got that, like, I don't know how else to describe it. No, I guess olive green is better than vomit green.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like an olive green t-shirt. I can't remember.
Like brown pants, but I think they're like dress pants.
They're
not corduroy pants.
The actor's been in some other stuff. Like, if you saw him, you'd probably recognize him, but I can't remember his name. I didn't look up his name. I hate to say I kind of underprepared for this one, but I think part of that's because I watched this and was like, ugh, okay. There
was also like, and considering I usually like over prepare for these movies, there wasn't a lot to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also that. Like we couldn't. Besides that 40-minute behind the scenes making of this movie, I couldn't really find anything about it.
I just struggled. Like, I finished the movie and was like, thank God I can start to do other things in my day, because...
It definitely... We've gotten 2 sentences into the thing.
Sorry.
No, don't even apologize. Because I definitely would have enjoyed this movie in 2007.
Oh, I think, yes, 100%. I think if we didn't have so much of what we've had, since then, and even fucking this year when it came to horror movies, we were pretty spoiled with like just all around good experiences between like the music, the cinematography, like feeling fucking scared.
Yeah.
Then we go back in time to movies from the early 2000s when like, I don't know, frosted tips were finally phasing out, and it's just such a unique. That was back when our fucking ketchup was purple. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like...
Do you want to take a guess about how many Saw movies were out when Steel Trap came out?
I want to say 4.
You were spot on.
Fuck yeah.
The 4th Saw came out the same year.
And
putting these two side by side, you're just like,
so
fuck.
Funny. That's so funny. We'll talk about it. I appreciate the practical effects in this movie.
Yes, I agree.
I think that's, for the most part, about all I appreciate. But it's fine.
I also appreciate the set dressing.
Yes. I was kind of, in my mind, I was kind of grouping that in a little bit, like the...
just like kind of like the sets, the practicals, like everything that isn't related to the actors, kind of.
And the writing, I think that was like, again, what you hit it on the head, like 4chan bros, just how they talked, but like,
or how they wish they could talk.
Yes.
To like people.
Oh God, the men in this movie
are all awful. The women in this movie are awful.
Like, everyone's just awful.
There is not a single character you root for in this movie.
But not even in that like redeemable, like, oh, like look at this jagged group of assholes that are like, prickly but lovable. You're just like, why are you acting like this? Like, it's fish. I'm sorry. We're in this party and we get introduced to, is it Nicole and
Robert. Are our couple.
They're a couple who is toxic as they've been together for how long?
2 years.
And they're immediately so toxic because Robert's like goes to get a drink, and Nicole ends up getting approached by Adam.
Yep.
Who then, I shouldn't even say, he doesn't drag a kiss out of her.
No, he does the whole, oh, I'm gonna lean in real close, and she's like, oh, what do you want? And he's like, to kiss you, and she's like, well, I got a boyfriend or something, and he's like, I guess I'll have to knock my block off then, right? And she's like, and I'll let him. And then they make out.
Yeah.
And Robert turns around from getting a freaking beer, and he has a fucking engagement ring ready for her.
Yeah.
And looks over and sees them making out, and he's
he's like, what the fuck?
Goes over and he's like, all right, fuck you, dick. Like, let me take my girl. And he's like, Adam. And he's like, okay, Adam, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
It's
so uncomfortable because first of all, you're like, it's not even a lot of testosterone. It's just like, it's just two dudes trying to like play the bigger dick contest. Mm-hmm. But also like in Robert's defense, like his girlfriend of 2 years just like let this dude approach her and be like, yeah, you can kiss me for New Year's. I'd be like, what the fuck is your problem?
And we'll learn here in a second, this seems to be a pattern. This is the depth we get. This seems to be a pattern that Nicole is a slut.
Yes.
And so we get that.
Robert's like, well, maybe I'll just need to find my own New Year's kiss then, whatever. I can't remember, something fucking weird.
Yeah, and it cuts to, so here we get a lot of quick cuts introducing all of our our people we're gonna follow. Mm-hmm. So after that interaction, we go to Wade, who is Shaggy, and he's talking to Melanie and having a weird ass dialogue while they're staring at the skyscraper window of like, oh, I could fall and splat to my death at the sidewalk.
She thinks about it. She pictures what it would be like to fall off the building and splatter, fractures and all. She says it in a very weird way. Or even if you were a drunk, like mid-20s girl at a New Year's party like this, you wouldn't be telling this to a fucking stranger. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird.
It's a weird interaction, and it goes from that conversation to him saying, I don't remember what he says, but her coming back with, oh, you can spank me.
Yeah, something like about giving him nightmares, and she's like, well, if it gives you nightmares, you can just roll over and spank me. And he's like, oh, okay.
And at this point, like, I was with Wade. I was like, okay, I think Wade's gonna be my favorite. Mm-hmm. He's kind of like shutting that shit down. He's walking away, doing all of the stuff.
Yeah.
He calls her a slut in here as well. Yeah. And then I was with him, and then he's like, calls her a slut, and then I was like, why? Yeah. That was unnecessary. He then goes over to one of the other so before I found out their names, I was just labeling them like single girl 1, single girl 2. This is the second woman who had walked in late to the party. The band had already stopped playing by the time she came in. Her name is Kathy King, who is a celebrity chef.
Yeah, she's apparently like a well-known...
She's like Martha Stewart. Like she has a TV show called Cooking with King or Cooking a la King, where she teaches people how to cook. And
whatever the fuck Rachel Ray does nowadays.
Yeah, and Wade is a super big fan of hers.
Yeah.
And tells her that. I don't remember again, we don't have... This is going to be a little jumbled because all of these cuts are really quick in between everything.
Yeah.
Oh, she walks into Pamela, who's a TV programmer.
Yeah, and Pamela's just like, oh, I want to give you your own, like, lifestyle show. Like, you'll have a talk show and you can have celebrity guests and this. And Kathy's like, fuck off. Like, I don't fucking care. Yeah. Like, fuck off.
She walks away from that. Then Adam, this is where the whole, like, Adam and Robert, I get confused so often because
they look similar.
They look similar, and one is just taller.
Yes. But they're both like
scrawny white men with black hair.
And also weirdly getting more or less equal-ish amounts of tension from Nicole and
Melanie.
And Adam gets a bunch of Adam ends up with Melanie. They end up
Adam starts hitting on Melanie. Yeah, this is where Robert tells Nicole, he's like, oh, I get to kiss someone now that you did. Calls her, you're like Pavlov's dogs with that thing, because she won't look at him when she pulls out her cell phone and reads a text message. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's not even how you phrase that.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me.
He's just saying she's Pavloved by her phone to instantly look at it.
But I think it's because it's not what you say. It's like you're like Pavlov's dog. That doesn't mean anything.
Again, dialogue with this. And
she gets a text and it's like it's written in this like riddly like fun like
a lot of it's like taken childhood or children
nursery rhymes.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I almost said lullabies, but like, so it feels like a child's nursery rhyme inviting her to the 20th floor for a real party. And then it cuts to freaking Adam getting a blowjob from Melanie because they just did some coke on the stairs.
Yeah, they do coke on the stairs, and then Melanie undoes his pants, and then he gets a text.
The same text.
Kathy gets the text. It cuts to Kathy, and she gets the text. Doesn't it just show one of them going down there?
Yeah, so when it cuts to Kathy, we watch her leave first. She gets to the elevator first. She goes down, or at least we think she's first. When she gets down to the 20th floor, Wade is already there. And they called this the floating table room. And you can't tell that the table is floating, and it pisses me off. They did all of this good work for that, like, plexiglass table to make it look like it's floating. And that's why it has the balls instead of chairs, right? Because it's supposed to be like a floating table.
Oh.
But then they put those damn skirt around the table, so it just looks like a normal table. It has balloons on it. It's supposed to be a floating table.
That makes sense. I didn't even clock that.
If they didn't put that damn skirt around the table, it would have been so much cooler.
Yeah.
And I understand where the set dressing came to make it look like a birthday party, but don't have such a cool table and then hide the fact that it's such a cool table. The missus was like, you could have just raised it like half a foot, and you could have seen that there was nothing under it.
Yeah.
And instead, you decided to do this bullshit and hide all your cool work.
Jesus. Yeah, they're in this, like, kind of half hallway.
Yeah, so if you imagine your stereotypical office building, and the elevators have, like, open in kind of, like, a hallway that then use off left or right to go around the rest of the big building.
Yeah.
They're in that area of just, like, literally you step off the elevator, and then to your left is a floating table children's party.
Yeah. There's a bunch of balloons and stuff, and there's name tags all around the table. So Wade actually, he mentions Adam's first?
No, she picks up hers, and it says loser, and he says, well, it's better than pig, and she's like, what the fuck did you just call me?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, whoever Adam is, Adam's a pig, and they go around, and so you have Kathy the loser, Adam the pig, Pamela two-faced, Wade Loverboy, and Nicole Heartless, and then there's one more that says, your gracious host.
Mm-hmm.
And so they look at the gracious host, and they're like, oh, who is our gracious host? We get a cut of our lovely couple fighting.
Yeah.
And I even fucked it up in my notes. Robert accuses Nicole of leading them to find Adam so she can hook up with him. And she's like, it's just a fucking after party. Like, what are you talking about? And then they, like, reconcile enough to go to the party. Melanie and Adam. Yeah, Melanie and Adam get there, but Wade points out that Melanie and Robert don't have cards.
Yeah. So Melanie's like, well, I'm just a +1. Ah.
She says, I'm just a party crasher.
Oh, yeah, party crasher.
And then they all take coke. They all do some coke.
Yeah, and then everyone does coke, and they're like, man, it's like the good old days. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Like, a lot of people, like, almost everyone just kind of did that back in, like, the late 80s, early 90s. And
for this specifically, we have, like, a celebrity chef. They call Wade a washed-up heartthrob because he, I guess, used to be a really famous, like, pop star, rock star, whatever. They make a weird joke about, like, oh, you pose for, like, Playgirl or something. He's like, I do it one fucking time and I never live it down. And so, like, you have those two, and then who the fuck knows what Adam does, but he was the one with the coke. And then you got Melanie, who they stereotyped as a slut who does all the drugs and just, like, wants to, party. Mm-hmm. Then Pamela is a TV producer, and that's just also a stereotype that they do a shit ton of drugs. And we later find out that Nicole runs a newspaper column.
Yeah.
And we never figure out what Robert does.
Yeah. So, yeah, they do that. And then they end up reading I guess everyone arrives, right? And then
everyone arrives, and then someone says something about the cupcakes that say "eat me," and so they all eat a cupcake. And then as they're eating the cupcakes, the doily underneath the cupcake has a nursery rhyme written on it that tells them
color coded.
It is. I don't know if that meant anything. I don't think it ever comes up later that it's color coded. Yeah,
it felt like it meant something, and so I didn't, like, grasp on to all the little details. And then it just never really came up again. So I was like, oh, well, I guess maybe if I, like, look back on it, maybe it has, like,
maybe
some foreshadowing or something.
Yeah, it plays into it more. But it says, like, this little piggy went to the market, this little piggy did blah, blah, blah. And it ends with, look
for the piggy in room 2 something.
Look for the piggy, look for something, and it's 2721.
Someone makes the comment, or joke about being like, oh, I love treasure hunts, or doesn't quite say it like that, but they're like,
I think it's Nicole.
I think it is Nicole.
Nicole flirting with Adam, because they start flirting the entire way to this room.
Yeah, she like grabs onto his arm and is like hugging onto him and stuff. Again, her and Robert have been together for 2 years. If my girlfriend started acting like this with a guy that she kissed earlier in the night, I'd be like, what the fuck is your problem?
Yeah, and no, Robert doesn't say a damn thing.
No, he just tries to play the bigger dick card, like, as they're walking through the hall. Because, again, it's like they're walking through the hall and quick quips are being thrown back and forth at each other.
Too quickly.
Yes, because, like, everyone's a smartass. So everyone's got something to fucking clap back with. So it's kind of like a bit of that as they're, like, walking through these halls.
They end up running into a yellow balloon that says wrong way. So they turn around, and as they walk backwards, or not backwards, as they walk back to where they came from, they all start talking about carnival toys and, oh, I hope it's a big teddy bear, or I won this at the carnival. And again, just really weird dialogue.
Yeah.
They find room 2721 with a sign literally right next to the door that says do not enter. And then enter it. Inside is a pig's head with a crown on it. Mm-hmm. And the pig's head is real. They got it from a butcher down the street. It does not look real.
It's definitely just like a whole ass pig head on a spike, but not like a wooden spike. Just a pole. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a pig head on a stick.
Yeah,
and it's got a crown on it.
Wade,
it's got a pearl necklace hanging out of its mouth.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Is probably like something. There's probably a reason for that, but I can't think of one because it's just very specific, right?
Yeah.
Wade finds the next clue, and I think it was in the pig's mouth or somewhere around the pig.
Yeah, something about
Hickory Dickory Dock this time.
Finding the water or something.
And it ends with water running. Like, find where the water runs or something.
Yeah.
Pamela steals the clue because it's written on paper, steals it. Half of them, I believe, think it's a bathroom, and the other half is just like, that's super weird. Why would it be a damn bathroom?
Yeah.
And as this scene is happening, we get cuts of security footage again of like them, and then cuts of security footage watching them.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, obviously this is something creepy and someone's watching them.
Well, I mean, we forgot to mention earlier when they're sitting in the floating table room and they're all sitting around talking, we do have a cut to like down the hall, like way down the hall, looks at the darkness, and then it zooms in and it zooms up, and there's
a guy with
a guy in a mask.
And it's like
a Jabberwocky mask, but not.
It's like Jabberwocky conformed to the face. Like if it was like a pleather mask or something that like really just fit the face.
Yeah.
And it was shiny. That was like the main reason you could see the person is because it was like a shiny mask against the darkness.
Forgot to mention that. That very quickly happens. So you're like, oh, someone's watching them.
They all split up.
Yeah.
At this point. Nicole has like a whole hissy fit of like, I don't want to play anymore. It's not fun, blah, blah, blah. Robert convinces her to stay.
To literally be like, Adam, I want to show Adam that I have a bigger dick than he does.
Yeah, he can't get the best of me, so we have to play. And like, don't you want the fun prize at the end? Adam is the last to leave the pig-headed room, and he hears a child's voice, which he follows to a different door.
It's like singing.
Yeah, it's
creepy as fuck. Why would you follow that?
It's like a child playing in your yard, and they're like singing some kind of weird child song, and you're like, oh, like, why is there a child in my yard? But what in this part, why is there a child in this creepy abandoned building
after midnight
singing in a dark room?
Yeah,
let me go check that out.
Talking about playing and shit. Yeah, that's fucking creepy. So he follows whatever he like walks into this dark room. He makes another quick whip about needing a cigarette.
Yeah, because there's like a pig head drawn on the wall. Says something about, I don't even know, and pulls out a cigarette.
Another joke about the fucking Melanie smoking his pig or something. Like, it's just fucking...
It was shit like that.
Yeah.
The weird masked guy attacks him with a hook.
Yeah.
Like a meat hook.
Grabs him by the shoulder out of nowhere and, like, rips him backwards a little bit. Adam, like, falls into the wall. Or no, is that after he gets... hit a couple times.
He gets fucked up. He like this meat hook doesn't pierce all the way, and so he's like dragging him around by it and like hitting him a few times.
Yeah.
And then he like, I think either gets Adam in like a headlock or something, and then drugs him, shoots him with a freaking needle, Adam falls to the ground. He's like trying to crawl to the door because only his legs don't work, but his upper torso is fine. Who knows?
Yeah. The drugs went into his neck, but they started working from the feet up.
Yep. So he's like dragging himself with one arm, trying to go forward.
And then he like stops right at this doorway, and we get this cut of Robert and Nicole literally walking past the fucking door that Adam is literally on the other side of, like laying on the ground, like trying to get to the doorway. But like Adam stops crawling, and Nicole and Robert stop just before the door, and like you can see the dude walks up, and you can see from the outside the door just like really slowly closes, and the handle just like slowly raises up so you don't hear anything.
And they're fighting. They're arguing. She's cold, and so they're having this whole conversation about her being cold. So it also helps block the sound of the door closing. Because
they're arguing, so they don't hear anything. They just keep walking past.
Which the building is actually extremely cold because it's been abandoned for 4 years, and they're like, it hasn't ever been heated. We were totally freezing the entire time we were in that damn building. And I was like,
I bet.
That works. Makes sense.
Yeah. Damn.
Wade and Melanie are in a different room because they were looking for the bathroom. They find a room. I don't remember.
I think they're in the bathroom.
Is it a bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because Robert and Nicole end up in a bathroom. And I couldn't remember if Wade and Melanie were in a different bathroom or not.
Looks like just a different style bathroom. So I don't know.
They're in there. They're looking around. She like makes out with him for a little bit, and he's like, "I fucked enough skanks for a lifetime." And she's like, "Well, I haven't."
Yeah.
I'm like, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Is that
Are
just
you
her
implying that Wade is a skank?
That's the only thing I got.
I guess.
Then before it cuts to Robert and Nicole searching a bathroom, we get these quick cuts of Adam getting his mouth sewn shut.
Oh yeah, just like a really quick like cut, not even any noise specifically. Just a visual of a needle going through his lips and like being sewn shut, which that like this is the first time in the movie where I was like, oh yeah, this is a horror movie. Okay, yep. Because like it just kind of like hits you all of a sudden, because it's good, like the practical effects are good. There's like a point where it very like suddenly cuts to like Adam's eyes, and like a fucking tear just comes out of one of his eyes like really quickly, and you're like, oh, just like uncomfortable.
I think one of the things that this movie probably struggled with too is all of the pig stuff with the same concept of Saw that also used pig motifs. Like it feels like they are directly trying to fight with Saw, which at this point was a series, was on their fourth one, was already beloved, or it was at least a cult classic in 2007, getting to a point where it's just like, it's hard enough to fight with Saw now, because any type of movie like this, everyone's like, oh yeah, this is just a ripoff of Saw. But like when Saw did it better than you're doing it, like, and then you like using the same motifs, right? Like it's rough.
That's a position to take for sure. Was it the right one? I guess we'll see.
I understand why they used the pig motif.
It makes sense, and like it's a very intense like subject overall, especially like I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre was one of the first to like really, not like with pigs specifically, but with like the whole motif of like this is like what we fucking do to pigs. Like this is what we do to animals essentially. So like, open your fucking eyes. I definitely think Steel Trap fell short, but I mean, with all the pig stuff, it's fine.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Adam gets strung up upside down, and I think he's still alive at this point.
Yes. Sorry.
Because I think he struggles a bit here. But then it instantly cuts to Pamela searching by herself. So we don't get like the two scenes of Adam, one getting his mouth sewn shut and the other one of him getting strung upside down, are very quick. They don't last for very long. They're just like kind of thrown in between, cutting between all of the other pairs.
Yeah. And then it cuts to Pamela searching by herself.
Runs into Kathy,
and
Pamela deduces where the water runs. Bro, we saw a fire hose.
Yeah, and Kathy's like, oh shit, I think I remember seeing one like back this way. So they go and they find the, one of those like big ass fire hoses that are just like in the wall. They like pull it out and it has writing on it. And so they start yelling for the others to like get over there. Everyone convenes and we get the next nursery rhyme or whatever.
Yeah, which is about saving the pig before he rots. You have to find the X. It rhymes better than that. They actually did a really good job of redoing the childhood nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
They're really good. They're very long, and I didn't want to have to keep rewinding to see what they said.
Yeah. It's also like, it's just one of those things. Like, it's just a tiny little, like...
That writing was good, though.
Yes,
I want to point out the good writing.
I agree. That was where the writing, like, shone in a bit more because, yeah, they replaced the lines of these nursery rhymes to fit, like, the theming of, like...
every part of where they were.
So it works, but yeah.
Nicole runs off by herself because Robert starts flirting with Melanie.
Yeah.
In retaliation to all of the flirting she was doing with Adam.
Yeah, she can dish it out, but she can't take it for one bit.
At all. Melanie says the X is probably one of the doors they passed a little while ago because they were alphabetical. She remembers seeing like A, B, and C. Oh, maybe it goes all the way down to X.
Yeah, so they start looking. They're going down these halls, and then they eventually come across, like at the end of this one hall is an exit sign.
Nicole finds it.
Nicole sees it, and on the exit sign, the only letter that's lighting up is the X. So she's like, hey guys, the X? And they're like, oh shit, holy fuck. They all go to where that sign is, and they go through the door, and...
This is where we find out Nicole's a column writer for, like, Dear Abby. Except it's like, my dearest Evelyn or something.
Yeah.
And I can't remember why it gets brought up. It's like, oh, I'm good at solving problems because of something. You're like, what the fuck?
I think this is where they finally ask, like, what the fuck everyone does. Because I think they're trying to figure out, like, why are they all, like, what's connecting them?
Right after this is because they find Adam dead. They go into this room and Adam's dead. And so we get Nicole's job right before that.
Yeah, I don't remember why they bring up their jobs.
She literally brings it up because she's like, I'm used to solving people's problems. Like, that is almost verbatim for what she says. She's like, oh, I can solve problems because that's what I do for a living or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And someone's like, isn't Evelyn, like, she's an old ass lady? And Nicole's like, yeah, well, she fucking died, but like...
So it's me now.
Yeah, but they go into this room. Yeah, they look up and they see Adam hanging upside down with
a pig snout.
A pig snout on him.
Like sewn to his face.
And it looked like a crown of nails in his head.
What?
He had something on his head, didn't he?
No, I think it was just because he was hanging upside down and his hair was upside down.
Oh, maybe that was it. I don't know. It just looked weird, but yeah.
They debate on whether or not he's dead for a hot second and then that they need to call the police, and half of them go up the stairs to cut him down or like to deal with him or something, which triggers...
Someone like grabs him and like moves him, and it fucking like triggers a pulley system to dump a bucket of blood onto Melanie.
And like that was probably his blood.
Oh no, it was definitely his blood, which is disgusting. This is where, like, while I understand, yes, this is exactly what you would do if blood got on you, it was also just such an immediate jump because Melanie gets blood spilled all over her and immediately just goes, I wasn't even supposed to be here. Like,
so many times
in a row, like panicking. And while me saying it like a fucking child, being like, I wasn't supposed to be here, that's kind of like...
It's like pretty much how she says it, just like high-pitched panicky. Just, I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't even fucking supposed to be here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's the take. That's the takeaway from this. I don't know. I feel like my brain would be in other places first, but like, or at least, I don't know.
I feel
it's like just the delivery felt so
okay, but like
jagged.
And no shade on this actress, but Pamela's character is the worst. Her line delivery is the flattest.
You mean Melanie?
No, Pamela.
Oh.
The TV programmer.
What is...
Hers is the worst. Like, not now, but like in general.
No, 100%.
And I feel so bad saying that.
I think it's because... Well,
I don't like judging actors on their shit, but like, girl...
Listen, man, this was almost 20 years ago.
She's probably 50 now.
You overacted.
Overacted? I think she underacted. Because she was just like the epitome of being like, I have a line, here's my line.
See, I think when I got very overacty vibes when she first came in contact with Kathy.
Yes, but as the movie goes on, I think it progressively goes downhill.
That's fair. I definitely, it was almost like the actress had since then, like, endured the conditions of the set, and since then, just like her attitude for it started to go downhill.
Well, and it doesn't help like with everyone else too. Like you feed off the energy your coworkers give, and with everyone acting the way they did, everyone's acting skills where they were at this point, it was not great. You give the energy back that you get.
Yeah.
No one was really great.
No, it wasn't.
There's like canvas or plastic or something on the ground with all of their names and their like quote unquote code names like loser, lover boy, all those kinds of things. With Melanie having Party Crasher next to it.
Yep.
So she's added to the list. Adam's name is crossed out, but Pig is like has those like action lines around it, like pig, you know. What happens next? Oh, Melanie runs to the elevator where going down is written on it.
She panics and is like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here," and runs to the elevator. She gets in.
And everyone's like screaming, like, hold it. And she doesn't. And then they're like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe she left us. And then she starts screaming.
Yeah, she starts screaming bloody murder. And then, like, after about 15 seconds of panic and them trying to get the door opens. Melanie is hanging from the ceiling of the elevator.
By the wires.
She's all fucked up.
Robert does try to save her, but there are blades sticking out of, like, the elevator, like, because, you know, like, elevator doors are, like, double paned, kind of, and then there's, like, the crack between them. There are just straight up blades in there.
Yeah, spikes. Like teeth.
Yeah, it looks like teeth.
Yeah, and
Nicole grabs him, is able to pull him away, and she's like, it's a trap! Kathy drops to the floor having a seizure.
Yeah.
And this is where they finally decide to call the cops, and instead of getting, like, no signal, they get signal blocked.
Yeah. Which I think Nicole is like, what does that mean? And Robert's like, that means someone's blocking the fucking signal.
And like, to be fair, how old were cell phones at this point? Like, they all had like little flip phones and Nokias. Like,
yeah, 2007. I think BlackBerry was king.
How old were we in 2000? I didn't have a cell phone in 2007. I was too young for that.
I had a flip phone in 6th grade because I walked to and from school.
I also got a flip phone in 6th grade because me and my brother had to start taking the bus.
But I don't know if that 2000.
We started high school in 2010. So was it 2007 that we were in 6th grade?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, is that math
so.
proper? Like 2007? Shit. So. Okay, I guess we did have cell phones. I didn't know jack shit about cell phones. All I knew was don't go on the internet. And here's Tetris.
Yeah. Oh my god, the fact that, like, the games on those phones, Jesus Christ.
Snake, Tetris.
God damn.
Was Minesweeper one of them or no?
Dude, you know what's crazy? I had a cell phone in middle school that through the Verizon stuff, because you remember on those old ass phones, Verizon had like its own app or whatever before apps were a thing.
Yeah.
And like I could play fucking Katamari on that shit,
oh,
like
shit.
a phone version of it. So I remember one time going to the fucking nurse in middle school and like I had to wait for like 2 hours for my mom to come pick me up. So I just laid in the nurse's office and played fucking Katamari on my phone.
I played so much Tetris that I went to bed and dreamed about playing Tetris. It wasn't like my dream was literally I was laying in bed and Tetris was like hologrammed above me and I was playing Tetris. And I was like, maybe I should stop playing Tetris. No, this is getting bad.
We never stop. Oh, okay. So anyways, yeah, from here, the
masked guy cuts back to the masked guy who is watching them from like an old school tablet, I guess.
Yeah.
They fight about why them for a really long time, like, well, who has enemies, what connects us all, like, and going through all that kind of stuff. Kathy, Pamela, and Wade go to find the stairs while Robert and Nicole go to where Adam's body is because Robert remembers seeing stairs or an exit sign. Seeing an exit sign that way. Nicole says, nah, bitch, I ain't going back in that room. Like, if you find an exit, come back and get me. I'm not doing it. Yeah. She looks down the hall and the lights start flickering and she thinks she hears a sound and she does like the Scooby Shaggy thing where they're like, oh, we'll wait here for watch, and then something scares them and they run in. She does the same thing, except she's like, I'm not gonna look at Adam. I'm not, and she's like not gonna look up.
Yeah, she like shields her eyes as she's like walking past where like up above Adam's still hanging, and then his fucking body just like drops to the ground in front of her. She screams, and she looks up, and Robert's like, "What? I needed a fucking weapon."
And he's like holding the hook, and I was like, that's a wild
God.
thing to be like, oh, I wonder if there was a weapon up there.
Yeah, that's also like, I think he just wanted an excuse to just fucking
Do something shitty to Adam.
let Adam's body loose. Just fucking,
I can see that.
it's fine.
Is it Melanie in that group? Yeah, it has to be that group. They find a security phone and it's just playing really creepy music. And this creepy music, like the accordion music, that's the stuff they recorded themselves. Anything to do with the accordion is like their music.
Yeah.
Wade hurts himself by trying to kick in a steel door, kind of like, what's his name? TC in Grave Encounters when he's trying to break down a door and hurts his shoulder.
Yeah.
Same shit. He hurts his ankle. And
Except the ladies are like, dude, that's like a solid steel door. You can't just like kick that in. And he kicks it and then immediately hurts himself and lays on the ground. And I'm like,
and both girls just like, they just look at him and are like, we fucking told you, and walked away. And he has to like limp after them.
Yeah, he like gets up and then he fucking grabs his jacket, tries to go back after him.
They all reconvene in the floating table room where there now is a present with
a big,
bloody handprints all over it.
Big box on the floor, and they're like, what the fuck?
And Pamela's like, careful, it could be a bomb.
Which, fair.
I that's why, like, thinking of the time period, too, though, I was like, fair, like, it's only 6 years after, like, 9/11 and, like, big bombs. When did, like, the Unabomber happen?
Oh, God, I don't even know.
Time. The sketch is creepy. I don't like this. I hate sketches of people.
Mm.
Was it 96? That seems not right to me. Oh, yeah, I guess it was in the 78 to 95.
Damn.
I was like, I thought it was later than that. But anyway, like, Americans feared bombs for a very long time. And we still do. We still do, because I think we talked about it, about, like, the fucking bombings that were happening on doorsteps.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, people were just like, oh, I'm just going to blow up your doorway.
Yeah.
Because I can.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with people and being like, bombs are the way. But, like, I don't blame Pamela for being like, it could be a fucking bomb.
Yeah. But also, like, to Robert's credit, he's like, nah, like, if this dude wanted to blow us up or kill us, he would have just fucking done it already. Yeah. And so Wade is just like, you're right, and just fucking tears into it.
It's a crowbar.
It's a crowbar. And they're like, okay. So they end up going to
the door Wade tried to kick in. That
steel door. And he opens it with the crowbar, but it's a fucking brick wall.
Did you see how they were trying to use that crowbar to, like, pry this door open?
I guess I didn't look close enough.
They were using the short side. But, like, I feel like it wouldn't be able to get the right angle to, like, lip into the door.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so, yeah, like, in a door... For a doorway like that, like, you have to use, like, because it's got the thin, like, end.
So I feel like you would have to, because they use, like, okay, crowbar, candy cane, right? Mm-hmm. Like, the candy cane part is what they use, the small part to, like, pry the door. And I get, like, leverage-wise, but, like, angle-wise...
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
The angle-wise, like, the prongs are hitting in.
I see what you're saying. They did it wrong. Yes. By using the candy cane part.
And they should have used the long side because you wouldn't have been able to get leverage.
Yeah, the whole reason the candy cane part's there is so that you have that extra, like, fucking oomph. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because they open the fucking door and it's just a brick wall on the other side.
That has another nursery rhyme on it. Yeah. They then decide to go pry open a different elevator and climb down the elevator shaft. And they're like, oh, don't do that one. That one's where the blades are and where Melanie's dead. And they're like, oh, right, I forgot about that. And so they go to the next elevator, and it also has blades in it. And they're like, fuck, we need something to, like, hold it open. They get a table. They hold the door open by the legs of the table instead of the table top. Yeah. That is more stable and harder to break. These people are idiots. Yeah. I guess, because I'm like, you're not even on drugs. You did one little hit of coke. You're fine.
No, yeah. It's not going to, like, make you dumb.
Isn't it supposed to, like... sharpen your brain? That's why everyone does it. You get, like, that's why moms were superheroes in the 60s, because everyone was on fucking coke and they could not sleep and be fine. Yeah. Coke doesn't make you dumb.
No. It will eventually, though. Don't do drugs, kids.
We don't condone coke, obviously.
I don't condone coke. There are some drugs that you can maybe do, but I'm not going to tell you which ones. Just be careful out there and don't do anything
that
strong or unnatural.
Don't eat random mushrooms you find in the forest either.
I believe,
And
yes,
don't use books written by AI to look at mushrooms. They're wrong.
use your brain and resources to not,
Don't kill yourself.
yeah, just don't.
Robert and Wade now get into a dick
Oh,
thickness concert. Whoops.
over who's gonna go down the fucking elevator shaft first, and you're like, at this point, I was like, Robert, I want you to fall.
Yeah, and he was like, why do we have to follow you? When is this not a democracy? And he's like, one of the girls is like, okay, well, fucking take a vote. Who wants Wade to go down first? And every single one of them raises their hands. And he's like, well, fucking fine. And they're like, you can go next. And he's like, no, I'm gonna be the last one to watch our backs in case he tries to murder us.
Yeah.
It was like, then what the, if that was your plan all along, why'd you have to be a dick to Wade? Let him go down first.
So Wade
and also, who the fuck wants to go first in this situation?
I don't know.
And Wade has the crowbar.
But, honestly, I think it just clicked. I think that Robert's doing all of this because look what he's fucking dealing with for a girlfriend. Having to, almost be like, no, you can't. Yeah, that man that you've been fucking essentially cheating on me with. No, I'm still a better man than he is. So, which is why you should stay with me. I'm not saying it's right, but, I think man's got a bit twisted after so long of just having to fucking
Yeah, that's also
try to
fair.
win over his girlfriend.
Yeah, he's trying to show he's the better partner
Yeah.
or whatever. Again, it's the peacocking, right? Like, oh, you got to choose me because I'm the better person.
What I'm
to
saying
mate
is,
with.
I feel like Nicole has forced him into this corner where he feels like he has to.
Yeah, Nicole's god awful.
They're all god awful.
They are.
I'm not giving Robert any leg room. Robert sucks too.
Yeah. Well, Wade works his way down the elevator shaft ladder thing. Is that a thing?
I think so.
Well, obviously, it's a thing because obviously they didn't put that in the elevator shaft. I just is it meant to be a ladder to fix stuff, or is it just very structured to be used as a ladder?
I think
I don't know ladder mechanics, elevator.
It would either
mechanics.
be last ditch emergency cases or maintenance stuff.
I guess that makes sense. They have the emergency hatch on the top, so I guess you would have to get a way out, huh?
Yeah.
It was just I've never seen that before. Usually the whole thing is oh, I'm gonna grab onto the elevator cables and we're gonna slide down.
Yeah.
They don't do the actual practical ways.
Yeah, no, I don't know, it didn't click with me. But yeah, Wade goes down and then Kathy goes down and then Nicole's like, fuck this.
She gets 4 rungs down and decides, I don't do well in crisis.
Yeah. And
I can't move.
Robert's like, the fuck? No, just fucking go. And she's like, I literally can't. And he's like...
He looks down the hall and then starts screaming, he's coming! He's coming!
Yeah, so fucking Nicole jumps down and Wade grabs her and swings her into the doorway that they're in. And they're like, oh my God, are you okay? And Robert's like, yeah, I just had to say some shit so you'd fucking move your ass. And honestly, I was like,
fair, man.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Pamela goes down next and somehow gets napped. What is this door?
I rewatched this part and I don't even know, it didn't click in my brain what happened. Pamela disappears.
In the elevator shaft. No, she doesn't fall. She doesn't go up.
No.
There's a door in the side of the elevator.
I think that, yeah, they must have just gone down a couple floors, down the ladder. But yeah, I don't fucking know.
No, because they only go down 1 floor. So in between floors, apparently there's a door where this man can just grab Pamela without anyone noticing.
Yeah, because everyone's like, what? Robert gets down there, or no?
No, they're like, where are you guys? Come on down. And Robert's like, what do you mean us? It's just me up here. Pam already went down. They're like, well, she's not fucking here.
Yeah. They're like, no, the fuck she didn't. And he's like, he looks around.
He goes down and they pull him in and the table snaps, almost hitting him because again they used the legs instead of the tabletop.
Yeah.
And Wade's like, oh, did you miss her? And he's like, it's a fucking shaft. What do you mean I couldn't miss her?
Yeah.
So Pam's just gone.
Yeah. And at this point,
Kathy and Nicole pull out glow sticks. This entire floor is dark.
That's right. They pull out glow sticks and Robert's like, oh great, now we can fucking
See
see
3 inches in front of our
3
face.
inches in front of our fucking faces, and Nicole's like, what the like?
I'm not dying in the damn dark. This is what we fucking have.
Yeah, like better than nothing.
And then
also, I'm pretty sure that even back then, phones had flashlights on them, to a certain extent.
My flip phone definitely did not.
My flip phone did.
Damn. Well, I had a track phone.
Mm.
Like, those were the cheapest kind of shit you could get. Mine definitely did not.
It wasn't like a flashlight that you could just like turn on with a button. It was like my flip phone had a video camera on it, and I think
like a flash.
Yes, and it was like the flash. I would use that when I was a kid. I would use that as a flashlight. That was my point. So
what I would do is I would use it as a reading light, and I would just bump up the brightness as high as it could go, and then I would just use that. So,
but that's the other thing. Like those screens, like were decently bright because they weren't like fucking.
But to be fair, no one thinks of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like today where we're like, oh, our cell phone has it. Like, cell phones were literally meant to call people.
That's true.
Like, no one thought of that back in the day. So I give that a pass. And I understand the I have glow sticks.
That's true. Yeah.
They split up into the 2 couples,
Mm-hmm.
Nicole and Robert and Kathy and Wade,
Mm-hmm.
to go find a circuit breaker to turn the lights on. And Wade's like, we meet back here in 10 minutes. And Robert's like, you want to synchronize watches? Like, this is the type of dialogue we get throughout this goddamn movie.
Yeah, it gets, like I said earlier, you start to get a little frustrated because it's like people have been bumping you in the shoulder as they walk past you, but they've been doing it on purpose. And you brush it off the first few times, but now it's like a little sore and you're just kind of like starting to get a little irritated about it. It's fine.
Out of all of the movies we have watched so far, I think this is the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather watch 28 Weeks Later than this again.
Oh, me too. Because at least there's like some cool action moments where like we get to see zombies die.
Yeah, like the production
that's
of that
neat.
movie, they had a budget, right? Like that's the difference here. Is this movie had no budget with a bunch of actors who couldn't act well or weren't given the direction to be able to act well.
Yeah.
And dialogue that falls flat. At least the dialogue, a good majority of the dialogue in 28 Weeks Later, like made sense.
Yeah. No, it was all cohesive, like from start to finish.
What was the other one you didn't like? Was it Uncanny Annie? Is that the one you didn't like?
I think so. Was that the one with all the friends
Playing board games?
Yeah.
Uncanny Annie, yeah.
That one was okay. That one was definitely a lot better than this one. No, but like it worked. It's still when I'm picturing Uncanny Annie and Steel Trap next to each other in my mind, Uncanny Annie is a circle with like some bumps. You know, it's not completely smooth, but it's a circle. Steel Trap is like an overstuffed garbage bag, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's very jagged and just like
it works.
It's a movie, but like, man, I did not want to have to pick up this cactus the wrong way. Like, I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, and it's a product of its time. It is one of those. Oh, I forgot to mention. The movie this movie reminds me of is Death Factory: The Bloodletting.
Never seen it. That sounds insane.
I'm not surprised you have never seen it. I don't think most people have ever fucking seen it. It came out in 2008. Feels like same budget, same shitty acting. They get trapped in a factory and die by a murderer. Very similar concept.
Interesting.
I will show you the trailer after this. I want because this is the movie I did research for 10 minutes trying to figure out what it was. Where it's just like I have two vague memories of it. It's getting introduced to the killer, and then I think like two women get high and start making out in a really gross bathroom.
Yeah,
that's what I got for you. Same vibes.
Yeah, well, I watched Steel Trap today, and then I combed over it again after you said that you were on your way over. And that's about how I feel about Steel Trap. Is like, there's a couple things that are sticking out in my brain, but for the most part, I just remember the premise. Like, it's just, I don't know.
It's a very forgettable movie with a concept at this point that has been overdone and had been done 4 times better by the time this movie had come out.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, is like
And Hostel was already out too, wasn't
it? No.
Hostel, the first one, came out in 2005.
Holy shit. Are you serious?
Yeah.
It does not feel that old.
No, it's been a while.
But like,
I don't know if I've ever seen the first Hostel, actually, to be honest with you. I think we owned the third one. So we had a Saw, we had Hostel, like,
yeah,
and
I mean,
it's really hard to compete with those. And I understand, like, indie movies, like, they take longer to make, and so you usually have a concept, like, for longer. And if this would have, I don't know, like, I get it. Like, nothing's original anymore, but it's hard to compete with that kind of shit with such a lackluster script.
yeah, it's also like, I don't know, you can make something original enough and still derive ideas and concepts from fucking other shit. Like, I mention it all, that like a great example, and I will always use this example in this kind of stuff, but like Star Wars is just Hamlet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's just fucking Hamlet.
Isn't Lion King Macbeth?
Yes. Lion King is literally just Macbeth.
Like, nothing is original.
Nothing is original.
And it's just...
Nobody's thought is original. It's because we are all one in this universe.
Well, and the thing is like, this movie, if it had better dialogue, I think would have been really great, because it's different enough while still like being, I feel like it could have been like, oh, if you like Saw, you'll love this movie.
I think the dynamics for the characters were opposing in the right way, to where they could have had very interesting dynamics between all the characters if there was some better pacing, and if there was some dialogue that was like spread out, and if you maybe had some moments where like you got to have just some raw emotion from two characters going at each other. Anytime two characters clash with each other, it almost feels like it's caged, if that makes sense. Like, it's not every interaction feels like their first interaction. Yeah.
None of them feel like a cohesive building situation of like, oh, tension is building between these two characters. The tension of these characters is at like 7, it's always at 7. If it's at 5, it's always at 5. There's no like build up to it, and there's no increase.
Yeah.
They choose a level and they stay at that fucking level.
Yeah, just because we've been talking about this quote unquote thrilling affair going on between Robert and Nicole, it's
Adam and Nicole.
I guess it would be, yeah, technically.
Robert and Nicole are the actual couple.
Yeah.
Or I understand what you're saying. Never mind. I
like
thought you meant like affair as in like they're cheating. You mean like their love affair.
Yes. Like like that kind of thing usually warrants of a pretty like heavy and like meaningful relationship. But between them, it's like a 3 out of 10. It's just like, it's there. Like, the tension is there because those problems exist within their relationship. But it's almost like, what the fuck ever, because it almost seems like this is how their relationship's been since fucking day one.
Knives Out, Glass Onion.
I need to watch that.
You haven't seen it? Oh, I love the Knives Out movies. I know everyone's like, oh, the first one was so good. I love the second one. I think the second one is so much fun. But there's a couple in that one that is very much like, it's freaking Batista and his lady, and they have a very much like, we're a solid like it was super healthy relationship, and then like she's cheating on him, and like they have a better goddamn dynamic than this. Yeah. And obviously like Batista is a really good actor. I love him. And Knives Out has a really good budget, and like they have a production value and that kind of stuff. But like it's just like there are ways to do this type of relationship where it's just like, oh my god, we love each other so much, but we're super fucking toxic to each other, and it's not this.
Yeah. Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Gone Girl is like, very few movies I think portray toxic relationships as good as that one.
Bella
very
Edward
dramatic.
did it better.
Well, oh my god, I mean, fuck's sake.
Like
but like
that.
Yeah, oh god, but that's like a different story. That's like a different level of toxicity.
I just meant like everyone bitches about those movies being terrible, right? Like they did not give Kay Stu her due diligence in that movie. They like nerfed her and Robert Pattinson, okay? I will die on that hill because I love Kay Stu as an actor, and they fucked her up in that movie. And Robert Pattinson like can kill it, and their directions and their chemistry in that movie does not exist.
No,
but that whole thing, the interaction of him smelling her in biology is better than this couple.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Vampires suck version of it is also better.
Oh yeah, man.
Ugh.
Hang tight, Spider Monkey. We're not even done yet.
Where you been, Loca? Was it
Oh
Hua season?
gosh. Fuck.
Anyways, all we're
Oh,
saying is
God.
that there is zero development or chemistry between anybody.
Yes.
You know what, though? The guy who plays Wade does really remind me of the Doctor from Saw.
I had the same exact thought.
Like
It's
their look.
Yeah. I did think at first that he was the dude from the fucking first Saw. Where were our intrepid heroes at this point? They split up. In couples.
Kathy's like, oh, will you hold my hand? I'm so scared. And he like wraps his arm around her instead. And then they walk like arms around each other down the hallway because she's scared.
Yeah.
Robert finds the fire alarm and he's like, let's just get the fire department here, and pulls it. And then it's just fair music playing instead.
Yeah.
The lights kick on, and every like 6 feet,
There's
their
a
big
TV monitor.
Yeah, and the big box TV, or small box TVs, but like the big back, like
CRTVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are hanging everywhere, and they are flipping between different security cameras. And so both couples end up seeing each other on the cameras at one point, and a man speaks over the speakers, showing footage of Pamela strapped to a spinning wheel. And it's literally like the human-sized spinning wheel where you throw knives at people. And they have to find her before time runs out.
I'm laughing because they like well, they're watching this happen, and then like Robert and Nicole see on one of the TVs, they see Wade and Kathy talking in another hallway. From that view, you can see the end of the hallway and like around the corner, and you see the masked dude come up and like hide around the corner, and so they start shouting to be like, yo, there's a dude right around the fucking corner, but like you just see Wade and Kathy like on the camera just like chatting.
They're talking about, Kathy's like, we should split up. And he's
Oh,
why the fuck would we split up? And she's like, we need to cover more ground. And he's like, we're not fucking splitting up. So they're arguing about that. And Nicole and Robert are like screaming at the TV until they're like, oh wait, it's a TV. And then they see a camera. And they run to the camera and they're like waving at the camera, trying to get their attention. And they finally like do. And they're like, behind you. And Wade gets behind Kathy and like runs towards the corner and chases the masked guy down to a hallway and almost slams Nicole in the face with the crowbar because he hears like movement coming from down one of the hallways. So he stays behind the corner, swings, and she pulls right out of the way. But they leave Kathy behind.
Yeah. Well, and then they like, I think they all agree to like go keep looking, but then they leave, and it like the cut the shot showed them in front of one of those TVs, and then as they leave, it like zooms in on this TV that has Pamela on the wheel, but she's spinning really fucking fast.
Yeah, they had to do a...
So that's why I started laughing when they mentioned that Pamela's on the wheel, because it is comically fast, because her hair is like fucking crazy and she's just going and going.
I think the reason they had to do it so fast is because they did a full at least face cast, and so I think it was like to make it look like it was actually her. You didn't see the bad effects of like it not being her.
So funny, but they did it so fast that like if she was on there, she'd probably get fucking sick.
Oh fuck yeah. The man over the speakers said like she's in A, B, or C of the studios, and like you have to choose the right one and whatever. Wade just opens the first door they come across, which has a TV playing Kathy's cooking show with a sign above it that says next contestant. Then they're like, oh my god, where's Kathy? And they just now realize that Kathy isn't there. Wade and Nicole run off to go find Kathy, and Robert's like, what about Pamela? And so he opens C, which has a newspaper in it. There's a sign that says oops, and then it has a newspaper in it with Evelyn's newspaper column in it saying next contestant as well. And he's like, oh my god. The mask guy, it like cuts to the mask guy and Pamela, and he's like lumbering after her, and there's like an axe, like a hand hatchet, and he slams the axe into her forehead, making her actually Two-Face, because like splits her down the head.
Again, practical effects pretty good, because like she gets hit in the face, and I was like, oh god, like, and the bounce was just like, ugh.
It was good. The practical effects, like, that's where all their budget went.
100%.
It was good. Wade and Nicole, like, watch Pamela die. They're like, oh my god, Pamela! And they run into Studio A, where Pamela is, and Kathy's already sitting there like she's dead, or I can't remember what she says. It's something weird.
Yeah.
Robert runs into the mask guy.
Well, that's right. They see on the CRT.
Yeah, because Kathy like pulls out the axe of the forehead and is like, the only way to get through this is to kill him before he kills us. Just rips it out of Pamela's head. I'm like, goddamn girl. And then on the CCTV, they see Robert getting like, physical is the wrong term, getting into a fist fight with the mask guy, and he's like getting choked out.
He's in a headlock.
Yeah.
And the masked dude's got a knife to his throat, so they all freak out. And they're like, oh my God, we need to help him.
They leave to go find him, and as they're running away, all of the TVs shut off. They can't see anything.
That's right.
They hear a door slam, running straight to it, which Wade is like, all powerful now that he has his crowbar, and pulls it open, and it leads to stairs. They end up going down. Wade tells Kathy to put the glow stick away because it's kind of giving away their position. And they almost run into an electric fence.
Oh, yeah. At the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, that says, go back. It says something on it. I don't remember what it says. Oh, hit me.
Oh, yeah.
So Wade takes the hook that Nicole got. Somehow, I can't remember how she got the hook. Takes the hook and throws it at it. And yep, it fucking electrifies it.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, I guess we're going up.
They go up to like the 27th floor. Or something like that. And
22nd.
22nd?
Yeah, because it says busted, and Wade's like, oh my God, it's Blackjack. We're busted. We gotta go down one.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta go to 21.
They go up to like 23 or something, because then Robert says, oh, we need to go down to 21.
Yeah.
And Kathy says, wait, let's stop at 22 in case it's a trap.
Yeah.
So they had to at least been at 23 and then go back down. So Kathy's like, oh, there could be a trap. And Nicole's like, I say it's a trap. Everyone tells me to shut the fuck up. But when Kathy says it, she's a genius.
Yeah. And honestly, I was like, yeah, I felt that, Nicole. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Nicole, like, you're getting the shit in the stick, but you're also an asshole. So
yeah.
They find like a room that has pretty much a murder board on it. It's got like a bunch of like candid photos of them. It has like dossiers on what they do for a living, where they are.
Yeah. Like years worth of.
Wade says like this picture was taken 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So at least 2 years of shit on all of them besides Melanie.
Like stalking research, creepy shit. They end up looking, and there's this like.
They find an iPod, but somehow it's a GPS tracker.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like an iPod, but it's a GPS tracker that shows the layout of the building.
Shows the layout of the building, and they're like, they see a red dot moving down one of the hallways. Yeah, so fucking cheesy.
It's so like Mission Impossible 1, like action movie of like, we have the blueprint scanned into our system and we can track everybody with your little track. Like, I get it. It's part of the time period.
They see this red light heading down the hall, and they see it like coming towards
where they're hiding,
and they're like, what the fuck?
That's gotta be him.
And so they all like hide in the room and get ready for him to come in, and fucking Robert walks in, and they're all like, what the fuck? They
instantly turn on him.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you're helping him track us. Like, you're part of all of this. And they go off on, even Nicole turns on him so fast.
Yeah. And Robert's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you guys talking about? They make him strip down
to his socks and boxers.
Socks and boxers to make sure that he doesn't have a fucking tracker on him.
They even make him take his watch off, and like Wade is watching the tracker because he's like throwing them, trying to get the dot to move, and it doesn't. And he's like, it's still on you. And he's like, well, unless she shoved it up my ass this morning, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
He looks at Nicole and is like, well, unless she shoved it up my ass this morning. Which again, you guys live together, but you treat each other like this on on
daily.
New Year's? What the fuck?
And then they deduce that it was probably in the cupcakes.
Yeah, he's like, I probably fucking ate it.
And they're like, oh, that's a likely story. What are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
He ends up going over to like where all the dossiers are, and he pulls out his, and he has one. Like, he is also being stalked.
Like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
We get a cut of the mask guy who has like the old school headphones on, with his mask still on, listening to the conversation happen outside of the room.
I thought it was interesting that, like, Robert wasn't invited to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he have all sorts of information and stuff? We could talk about it once we get to a certain point, I guess. But
yeah, once we get a little, I think it's on the, I only have one more page of notes. Here in a little bit, we'll get into how everything ties together. And we can talk more about Robert and what
fair.
and how that works.
Yeah.
The GPS tracker also has all of the codes to the elevator in it.
Yeah. So for them to get to any floor, they're
labeled.
Yeah.
Like, 468 is to the lobby.
Yeah, neatly labeled and just, yeah.
Because and why they need elevator codes is because there is a, like, code box on the top right of where the buttons are that you have to put in a specific code to get somewhere. It's not where you just hit an elevator button.
Yeah, so, like, when they all first go down to the floating table room at the very beginning of the party, the only reason it's just them and not, like, more people is because they get the text saying to go down there, but they get the secret code to put in at the elevator.
Yeah, so if you didn't get the text, you don't have the code to make the elevator go down, because the elevator they used is one that says out of order.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a whole, like, secret, because they're at the beginning, they're like, it's a celebrity party, look at us.
Yeah.
Like, it's only for VIPs.
So they found on this iPod all the codes. So they're like, well, fuck yeah, let's fucking go. Well, they get to the elevators and they're like...
So they go to the elevator, Wade pushes the button, and then Nicole comes over and starts smashing the button. And Kathy's like, it doesn't make it come faster. And she's like, it makes me fucking feel better. I'm like, that's fair. It opens, and Melanie is still hanging in there. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Yeah.
This is the best scene of the movie to me, where they're just like, oh yeah, I forgot about her. And they all kind of just like shimmy in there around her body. They all shimmy into the elevator around her dead body. And Robert types in the code, and it starts going down, and they're like, oh, sweet, because they're on, like, floor 18 or whatever floor they were on.
He just hits lobby.
Yeah, so they just go to the lobby, but it starts going down, and then they're like, oh my god, thank you, and because it gets to, like, 1, and then it starts going negative.
Yeah,
and then I can't remember.
Like -4.
I can't remember what level it stops on. We missed the part where they, like, go up the stairs, and there's, like, a spear that almost falls and, like, gets into Wade's head. Kathy saves him from that.
Yeah.
That my notes got mixed up. That's why I was like looking and.
It's okay. Fucking there was
Kathy saves Wade at one point.
Home Alone style-esque. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, you're saying.
Yeah. So the elevator door opens at the bottom of this, and Wade gets shot in the leg with a crossbow bolt, and then another one comes flying right next to fucking Nicole's head.
Mm-hmm. She and Robert
Robert book it out of the fucking elevator.
While Kathy and Wade stay in.
Yeah, because Kathy's staying with Wade because he's got a fucking crossbow bolt in his leg.
In his thigh, too. Like, ugh.
Yeah, in his thigh. Can't remember what they say, but...
Shows Nicole and Robert booking it, and she stops at one point, and she's like, I can't go on. And he stares at her, and then runs away.
Fucking keeps running.
And it like sits for a few beats, and then he's like, okay. And he comes back.
I think we also missed mentioning that, like, there was a conversation earlier where, like, it's brought up that he had the ring, and he was just straight up
when
like,
he had to strip.
Yes, when he had to strip, the ring is revealed, and he's like, well, now I'm fucking glad I didn't, like.
Yeah,
and so like then it comes to this point where Nicole's like, I can't keep going. And he looks at her and goes, all right, fuck you then. And just fucking runs around.
He leaves. It sits for like a few beats. He comes back.
Well, she starts bawling her eyes out. And that's when he comes back. Because she just starts crying. She's like
leaning against a wall, just crying into the wall.
So he just like kind of like saunters back around the corner and like looks at her for a second. Jesus Christ.
So Wade and Kathy get stuck in the elevator. The door's shut and they can't get it back open. And Wade is like, I need your help. I need you to pull this out of my thigh. And I'm like, bro, what? You don't pull it out. If anything, you snap it so it doesn't get caught on things. But you don't know how long you're gonna be in here for. You're gonna fucking bleed out. You idiot.
Yeah. Well.
And I don't know, like, I feel like that's common knowledge. Right? Or maybe it's common knowledge now. Everyone knows not to pull it out. But in every fucking movie, you see people like pull out the arrow or pull out the knife. And it's like, it's the only reason you're not bleeding out is because it's holding all the blood where it should be.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
And then she rips fabric from something. I don't really know where she gets the fabric from. And
I guess
wraps,
just from a part of her, like...
I don't know if it's from her...
dress jacket.
I don't know if it's from her clothing or his. She rips off... It does the weakest tourniquet I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's like one wraparound and like a double knot, and that's it.
Oh, yeah. No. Wade, in a real-life scenario, would have just bled out.
Yeah, it's terrible. She's
But then it looks like it like cuts to the vents, and it looks like the like.
She asks if he's okay, and he's like, I don't think we will be, or something, because you can hear like a click happen, and then like gas starts getting pumped into the elevator. Mm-hmm. Which then it cuts to Nicole and Robert having a weird fight with like some high sexual tension where he's holding this hook against her throat against the wall.
Yeah, it's weird. Very uncomfortable.
She asks, "Were you really gonna propose tonight?" And I can't remember. He says something, and
says some fucking asshole thing, and then walks away. They find this room with like
it's pink and has roses and
like a makeup mirror,
like a vanity.
Like, music's playing. Robert picks up this fucking
I'm sorry, I have to say the dialogue. Go ahead. It's like being inside a vagina, not my vagina. Yeah, yours has teeth.
Oh yeah, and then she's like, "Well,
you never have to fucking see it again.
You never have to fucking see it again."
And I'm just like, this is the dialogue, and the way I said it is the way it's fucking delivered.
Yeah, no, literally, like it's, yeah,
it's bad. And then Robert gasses himself.
Yeah, Robert picks up this fucking like little thing,
locket or like, because it's not a perfume bottle, but it looks like maybe a locket or something.
Like a little makeup thing, like a
what are those thingies called?
I don't fucking know.
Like,
I don't do my makeup, so
no, that's fair. I don't really either. The like little, is it like blush cases or like little?
See, that's what I'm thinking.
Like the when women say I'm gonna powder my nose, whatever powder.
Flip open the little case.
Thingy, yeah, that thing. It looks like that thing in the shape of a heart, and when he like clicks the lock on it, it sprays him in the face.
Sprays a gas in him, and he passes the fuck out. And Nicole's like, "Robert, oh my god!" And then she like leans down and is like, "I would have said yes," and you're like,
"Good for you, I guess."
Okay. All right. And then she fucking leaves.
She runs away.
She runs away. As she's like running, she ends up
in another weird room with a bed. I say bed, like there wasn't a bed in the first room. She runs into a room where there's like a headboard, and Wade and Kathy are facing each other.
Yeah.
And in between their hands, they're passed out or dead. Unclear at this point. In between their bodies is a little heart-shaped note that says, "You're mine," or "I choose you," or something. And it
says "You're mine."
Nicole's name circled.
Yeah. She, of course, then keeps running, and she gets to...
The mass killer starts chasing her at this point.
Yes. She gets to this, like, pillar and hides around the backside of it, and...
is breathing so fucking hard he
and
can
is also,
hear
like,
her.
not hiding around the pillar, because, like, it's not a big pillar. Like, you could literally fucking see, like, her jacket and shit hanging out the side. But it doesn't fucking matter. She hears the killer approaching and, like...
she goes to
lunges at him. Yeah, from around the corner. But he just, like, grabs her wrist and then, like, squeeze... I don't know. She just, like fucking lets go.
Grabs the wrist and does the twist of, like, forcing your hand to let go of it.
Yeah.
And she gets out of that somehow and then, like, breaks open the glow stick to spray it in his face.
Yeah, she, like, splashes him in the face with the broken open glow stick. But it doesn't even affect him.
Because he has a mask on?
He just fucking splashes him in the face. And then she runs. And he's just, like, standing there. And now he's bluish.
Yeah, he has, like, a glowing cum stain on his face.
Yeah, a good old Smurf nut.
This is... the spot where I'm like, what the fuck is this room?
That's what I'm saying. This is where I was like, what kind of building is this? Because
at first I thought it was like a locker room bathroom.
Me too. That was my first thought. And then my thought was it was a kitchen.
And it has to be a kitchen.
Has to be a kitchen.
Because there are walk-in freezers.
Yes.
That I think are walk-in freezers.
And like the sinks at the end of the like the line, quote unquote.
It's a white tiled room with random half walls that are lined in stainless steel. So it's either a bathroom or a fucking kitchen.
It has to be a kitchen. But like,
it's
again,
weird.
Why would an office building have a kitchen, the same type of kitchen that a fucking 5-star hotel would have? Because it's like that type of like big like huge tiled. Like, you would imagine a shit ton of stainless steel gear and, like,
tables and
100 people cooking for fucking guests. That's, like, literally what, like, it's funny enough, when I was thinking about this space, it made me think of The Shining.
Yeah, that's more fair.
And
of a
that's why I
reference.
was like, kitchen.
So in the behind the scenes I watched, they just say it's the old cantina.
Because that clears it up. For sure.
I don't know if, like, because depending on what type of, because they just say it's an old abandoned building, and, like, it looks like it was a TV studio, because, like, you had studio A, B, and C, all of these different doors. So I wonder if it was, like, a catering thing, where it was like, hey, it's easier for us to have, like, this giant fucking kitchen in the basement that y'all can go get your lunch for instead of, like, having to leave, and then we can cater to, like, whoever we're filming that day or do that kind of stuff. It still feels like way too much to me, but I don't know. As far as I know, they didn't fuck with any of the actual structures of the building. So this was there.
Which, again, it just, like, that almost adds to the mystery, because, like, it's not even a fault of, like, the set dressers or, like, you know, the people who built the sets. This place existed.
Yeah, this is where it starts getting to the point where we were talking about earlier of where the fuck do they end up? Because Robert and Wade get locked in a dungeon thing, and then, like
a basement dungeon
with, like, weird slatted concrete
literally
things?
Dude, it literally made me think of The Shining, and not the well, you think of the movie because you get to actually see the kitchen in the movie, and that they do it, like, the movie does a great job. In the book, the big thing is the basement and the boiler room in the basement, which is, again, what this, like, the dungeon that they end up in fucking Steel Trap reminds me of The Shining.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Except it doesn't have any, like, I don't want anyone to get confused with boiler stuff. It's just a large room.
There's no boilers.
There's no boilers, there's no pipe, there's no nothing, and
it's
is
just
either
a big empty
dirt,
concrete room with, like,
dirt on the ground.
Yeah.
For some reason. And then one of the walls is, like, if y'all have ever played Minecraft and you're mining and you go down, like, every other brick, like every other block, right? And you're like, oh, and then I'll cut here and here, and you get, like, weird pillars through shit. Yeah. There's a wall, and on, like, that is like that you can see into the other room too. Mm-hmm. On the opposite side is Kathy, who's like, oh my god, you're alive. Like, I think there's a tunnel over here I can get out of. And Robert's like, fucking come back and get help. And Wade's like, no, you save yourself. Don't worry about us. And he's like, speak for your fucking self. Save us. Yeah. They have a whole argument about it. And
Robert starts yelling because he's just like, he's done at this point.
Yeah. And Wade is upset with him because Wade's like, your girlfriend of 2 years who you were going to propose to isn't here, might be dead, and this is the way you react. And, like, is totally getting under his skin.
Yeah, like, suspicious as fuck, too. Like, I don't think Wade's over what happened earlier in, like, the control room or whatever. As this is happening, a fucking red key falls out of...
Oh, yeah, like, so Kathy goes and through the... I don't know what tunnel she was fucking talking about. It was like a door that led to a different room. It just looked like an open
door that led to another room, yeah.
That she could just, like, get out of. And while that's happening, they're getting into, like, a physical altercation. Their words have turned into, like, pushing each other around, and Wade, like, pushes Robert, and a key falls out of his pocket, and he's like, I've never fucking seen that before in my life. The way the actor does it, you're like, I don't believe you.
Yeah. No. Because, like, the key falls out of his pocket, and he kind of, like... it's almost like the actor was trying not to smile. Mm-hmm. Because he knew, like, oh... like, my boy's fucked. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of vibe. But yeah, he's just like, I've never seen that before in my life. That's not mine. And then Wade just fucking charges at him and fucking grabs him by the hair and just fucking beats his head into the ground and kills Robert.
Yeah, just, like, grabs him by the head and just slams him into the concrete floor until blood spills out. And then he takes the key and opens the door while Kathy makes it back to the kitchen place, and Nicole is strapped down with a metal gag in her mouth onto, like, this table.
Yeah.
And she's, like, freaking out when she sees Kathy, and then freaks out more because the killer is behind Kathy. And apparently Wade's leg is fine now because he, like, was hobbling a lot before, and now he's just, like, walking normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for some reason.
Then a circular saw gets held up by the killer.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't see it happen, but you hear the saw and the screams, and then the no screams, and then a hand holding the still beating heart of Nicole.
Yeah, very gross. I was like...
unnecessary.
All right. I mean, yeah, maybe it was a little unnecessary. I was just like, oh. I mean, like, yeah, the pig thing was one thing, and, like, The only reason Melanie's looked as bad as it did is because she had already been covered in blood.
Mm-hmm.
But like, the still beating heart was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. Then Wade does get out of the room, which then opens up to an actual boiler room. So this was like an offshoot storage. I don't know what this room was.
Yeah.
Goes into the boiler room, makes his way also to the weird kitchen thing, but turns back around when he hears Kathy screaming, and she's in what used to be a like walk-in freezer tied to a chair, and he like very quickly maneuvers around the fact that Robert died, because she's like, oh my god, where is everyone? And she's like, there Wade says something about like everyone's dead, or I don't know where everyone is, and she's like, what about Robert? And he's like, he's dead, we don't have to worry about him. And she's like, oh my god, how did he die? And he's like, I don't want to talk about it, okay? It was a lot.
Yeah, but she kept like asking him questions about it, weirdly.
But like also makes sense if you're like, oh my god, it was just the three of us. Like, where did he go? Is the killer behind you? Like, that's what I took it as, of like her being like, oh my god, like, are you running away from the killer? Do we have a second? Like, what's going on?
Well, that's fair.
And then it cuts over to Nicole, who is now hogtied like a pig. And instead of an apple being in her mouth, it's her heart.
And you're like, Jesus fuck. Wade and Kathy come upon it.
Find a menu where all of them are listed as items on the menu.
Yeah.
Wade is dessert and
Kathy's
Kathy's
the main course.
The main course, yeah.
Yeah.
And Wade's like, oh my god, these are all things you've made on your show. And she like stares at him. He's like, I told you I was a fan. You didn't believe me. Wade comes up with the idea to use Kathy as bait by retying her to the chair, and then like, because they find a knife, retying her to the chair, and then he's gonna jump out and stab the killer. He
finds a knife on the table with like the spread of food.
They try to force like some cute romance between these two, and like they did it in the elevator too, where he's like, baby, I need you to do this for me. And like obviously their end game throughout this entire fucking movie, like they're gonna be the like lovey couple, whatever, but it's so forced, again, with like the zero chemistry these characters built up over the movie, that they're like, it just doesn't work. It just feels so forced.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, and Wade like hides as they hear the killer coming. He lunges out, stabs the killer, only to find out it's a retractable knife.
Yeah, it's a fake knife that fucking, he just like pokes him and then pokes him again. And it's like such a cartoony moment, because like if you zoom out, it's literally a grown man stabbing another grown man in the stomach multiple times with a retractable knife.
And the other grown man is just watching him do
and
it.
Just what? Yeah. So like, you kind of don't clock it in the moment, but like, it's a very funny thing to think about. Because like he goes back to test it again, and the killer's just standing there like letting him do it.
This scene, and then again the elevator scene, like it had good moments. It just, the writing didn't bring it up to par to make all of those good like funny moments worth it.
The killer ends up turning around and stabbing Wade.
Yeah, and then it cuts to him tying Wade up, which is really awkward because they're like the same height, and Wade's awake, so he's just like talking to him the entire time. And they're like, if this was a dark romance, they would have kissed here. Like, that's how close they are.
Yeah.
And he's like, just tell me why you're doing it. Who are you? I'm gonna die like, anyways. Why does it matter?
Did I fuck your sister or something? Like, just tell me. Yeah.
Something catches the killer's attention.
Yeah.
And so he like goes
or he like finishes hanging him and then like walks out.
Yeah, so something happens and Kathy's able to escape from the chair, but she's wearing heels that just like clump, 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 clump across the goddamn tile. And she's so loud as she's like trying to sneak around.
Yeah.
She's able to go cut Wade down because like she find the killer had like a table full of knives ready to just like lacerate the shit out of Wade. She grabs one and is about to cut him down, but they can hear the killer coming back.
Yeah, so she goes to hide like
behind the door.
Yeah, and waits for the killer to walk in. And then as the killer walks in and starts walking up towards Wade, she fucking lunges out and stabs him in the back.
And the same fucking scene we just saw, but reversed.
Yeah.
Lazy writing.
Yeah.
Extremely lazy writing here. Luckily, it is a real knife this time.
Yes, and the masked man falls, lays on his back, and then Kathy rips the mask off and rips the like head cover off, and it's just a dude that we've never seen before.
And she's like, "Oh my god, it's my biggest fan!" And Wade's like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "That's what he said at all of my TV screenings and everything I've ever done. He's just my biggest fan."
Yeah, and you're like, okay.
She doesn't even know his name.
Yeah.
Literally, the credits are also the biggest fan.
That's
Homie doesn't get a name.
She goes over and she cuts Wade loose. She like carries him out of there, and they get to like one of those dividers out in like the main kitchen area or whatever. And she like sets him down against one to let him rest.
Because he is officially now bleeding out.
Yes.
This is the only thing that makes sense now, is like he is weak as fuck and she has to like carry him, and I'm like, yes. What I said from the beginning is you're bleeding out, though his pants show no sign of bleeding out.
Yeah.
She says that this is all her fault and like starts speaking super weird, and you're just like, oh, it's like getting to her. And at this point I was like, what's your plan on getting out? Because the stairs were electrocuted. You don't know where you are. You can't get through the elevator. Like, and I was just like, what's your guys' plan? Is it really going to end here? Then Wade starts getting really confused as Kathy starts like doing all of this rambling, because she's like, oh,
she's like monologuing.
She full ass monologuing. And she's like, and you know, you would never remember a fat girl. And she like stands in front of this like warped stainless steel
she's
thing.
Like,
and it
do you believe people's inner beauty is what really matters? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, you're a fucking liar. And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, you're a fucking liar.
Of course you don't remember me.
Yeah.
Turns out she confessed her love for him in high school, and he called her Lady Lardass and made her like whole high school life and super like terrible. And he's like, oh my god, Kathy isn't your real name. But he can't remember her real name because he only ever called her Lady Lardass.
Yeah.
So then we get her monologuing about every single person and why they were all there.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Adam is the schoolyard bully.
Yeah. Nicole stole her first boyfriend from her just because she wanted to.
And then dumped him 6 weeks later. Yeah. Pamela was the like two-faced bitch at work who took all of her ideas at her first real job.
Yeah.
And then Party
like,
Crasher
became super successful instead of, yeah.
And then she says something about Robert, but it's nothing, like, I didn't write it down. Like, I can't remember. I don't know if he just, like, got in the way or, like, he just happened. Like, she knew I don't know.
I don't remember. Because, again, like, his name wasn't on the list, but he had all the stuff about him.
I wonder if she, like, knew he might have to tag along because they would be at this party together.
She knew that he was connected to Nicole.
Yeah, like they've been together for 2 years, so if this was going to be the plan now, she's like, well, I might as well like just get the data on him too, just in case like she doesn't ditch him.
And that makes sense.
That's the only thing I can think of.
But yeah, we get this whole ass fucking reveal, and then she gives a weird cooking show-esque intro, and then explains her quote-unquote dishes of the night and like the best dish for revenge, and then she explains how she fucking murdered everyone. And you're like, yep.
But biggest fan is still alive.
Is he?
He is. He comes back and tries to kill her.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He fucking biggest fan shows up out of nowhere.
But slashes at her. And she like blocks it with her arm.
Yeah. And then she fucking hits him.
And kills him by beating his head in with a meat hammer.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, she takes a meat hammer and beats his head in.
Wade takes this moment to start crawling away, but like we said, he's dying of blood loss, and now he literally can't use his left leg, I think.
Yeah.
So he's like doing the whole thing that Robert did too, or not Robert, Adam did, of like trying to crawl away but can only use his hands.
She walks up and makes a fucking quip about, I don't even remember what she says. I just remember thinking that does not match the scenario, but that's fine.
She like grabs his head and then slices his throat in the smallest little cut ever.
Yeah.
Right on the Adam's apple, and then fourth wall breaks, staring directly into the camera saying, you can start the new year with a full belly too, or something like that.
Yeah. And then it cuts to black.
And it ends.
And you're like, what the fuck? Again, I think if that twist was in a movie, if it had better writing, a little bit better direction, maybe just a little bit more time, I think that like that twist could have been like one of the big ones, you know what I mean, that people talk about. Like, it was
a really good twist because they do such a good job of splitting them up and doing all those kinds of things all of the time.
Making sure that Kathy is a part of the group when the killer is actively like showing up and doing things, so that you don't fucking...
Because the only time I was like, oh my god, I wonder if it's going to be a twist is when Kathy was in the room with Pamela first.
Yes.
But then she gets fucking gassed with Wade in the elevator and you're like, oh shit, it's not her.
Yeah. I thought something was off with Kathy, though, originally when she first runs into Pamela.
Really?
When they're like looking for right before they discover the hose, when they like run into each other. I was like, the fuck are you doing, Cassie? Like, what do you mean? And then like it almost seemed like she was acting too like, oh yeah, you're right. I think it is that,
Like, oh yeah, because she's like, I never would have thought about that by myself. I chalked a lot of that up though to being just shitty writing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even clock it as being weird because I was like, yep, that makes sense for this budget of a movie.
Yeah. And then when it actually happened, well, because it led me further away from it. And so I was kind of like, holy shit, is it not going to be that case? And then when it did happen, I was like, oh, no, it really was that way.
Because
holy shit.
They red herring Robert up until he fucking dies.
Oh, no. And they red herring Robert like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
No, it was the concept of this movie is so fucking good, but they did not have the script. Because even with the same budget, like we saw did it in a single room. Like this movie could have done it the same way. If it had a better script, it would have been so solid.
Mm-hmm. If just pace your dialogue, give it a little time, let the actor say something, and then let the audience have time to absorb what was said.
Yeah,
and then move on. That way, like stuff can be absorbed throughout the movie, and then when you get to those penultimate moments later, where like Robert and Nicole are having this argument about their fucking marriage, their future marriage or whatever. Then it can mean something because like you've actually like attained all the fucking information and you've actually been able to like, assign those little pieces where they need to go.
Exactly. It comes down to the script for me on this one because even the cinematography of how like everything's it's pretty well filmed. The quick cuts or like not the quick cuts, the cuts back and forth between multi groups of people is always like can be done poorly or well. But it makes sense for this movie because you have so many people splitting off into different groups. Mm-hmm. It doesn't linger too much on too many things. Like, it really just came down to the writing of the script for me and this one and the lack of direction.
100%.
And I feel like they could have done a little bit more. Again, I complained about this at the top of, like, the music choices I don't think were very well thought out.
No. It was very, like...
Again, it felt like Death Factory. Just the same time period. And I know that means nothing to you, but it's just
not yet. It will someday.
So, same vibes. It is what it is. Like, I think, like we said, we wouldn't watch it again. The missus fell asleep and didn't get to see the twist ending. And she's like, I kind of want to finish it and like just see what the twist ending was and how it went. And I'm like, yes, it could have been. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
In theory, yes. Fantastic.
On paper, this movie would have does do fantastic.
When you watch it, though, the ending is kind of just like, oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Again, it sticks with you in the way of how these movies we were talking about off air stuck with us about like, you remember vaguely a plot in a singular scene and you're like, damn, I watched that movie and I was like 14. Mm-hmm. What the fuck was it?
Yeah.
This is that kind of movie where like, I feel like the floating table is going to stick with me. I don't even know what. The floating table I just think was so cool. Like, I wish they would have like showed that off more.
Yeah. I don't know if any of it's going to stick with me.
I just like something you think about randomly and you're just like, oh yeah, that happened. Like,
it sucks because I genuinely don't. I think the only thing that might stick with me from this movie is the fucking shot of what's her name on the wheel getting spun way too fast. That's going to stick with me for sure. But don't watch this movie, or do. You can, but...
I'm not going to recommend it to anybody.
I'm not going to recommend it to
The only person
anyone.
I would recommend this to is my best friend to be like, hey, you want to watch a shitty fucking horror movie?
Yes. I recommend this to anyone who, if you have a bad movie night or a bad horror night, or you know what I mean, like something like that with your friends, choose this movie because it's not bad in the sense that you guys are going to be laughing the whole time. It's bad in the sense that you guys are going to be talking about it the whole time. Yeah,
I think
it's a conversation piece.
Yes, this is a movie to watch with people. But if you want a movie in like an office building where people are killing themselves or killing each other, watch The Belko Experiment because that was a good movie.
We're always taking recommendations, whether they're good movies or bad movies that you love or good movies that you may hate. Well, we're taking them all.
Or classics, like some of we've been recently talking about what movies have been doing well and like
Black
Signs.
Christmas. We are now on the Black Christmas bus, which I wish I had hopped on that bus sooner.
Oh, I love Black Christmas. I was just talking about it at work.
I was literally telling fucking Brandon and Tyler over chat. Like, I was like, I want to watch this movie with you guys.
It's such a good movie, and I want to watch the remakes. I want to see if they hold up at all.
I think, I need to do that. I might do that this next week since we're not recording.
We get a week off because of holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Well, Happy New Year's, because
Happy New Year's.
We're filming a week in advance right now. Yeah, Happy New Year's. I hope you guys had a good holiday season for Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yuletide,
oh my God,
Christmas.
And beginning the year of 2026.
2026.
I don't know how old you guys all turn this year, but I turn 30.
We do.
We both turn 30.
When this episode comes out, I think I will be 2 weeks away from my 30th birthday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So we'll figure out what we'll do for then too.
I think we should do your favorite horror movie or franchise, which would be either Nightmare on Elm Street or Scream.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite.
I think for your birthday, though, we should either do Nightmare on Elm Street or we should just do, like, one of your all-time favorites.
We'll have to look into it, because I have a lot of... I've watched, for Nightmare on Elm Street, I've watched the making of Nightmare on Elm Street. I can almost go, like, commentary scene by scene with that fucking movie. So that might be a long episode if we do that. We'll see. I'll look into... You know what,
It'll be your episode.
My favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie is the third one. Dream Warriors. That movie kicks ass. So are we going to jump into the Nightmare on Elm Street series by doing
Holy
the third one?
Shit. I think that'd be really fun. But also, it's up to you. Like, because that's between you and I, like, that would be your series. So, like, I think it's just up to you. However you would like to treat. Because, like, I feel like I was very excited for the 28 Days franchise because, like, that was one of my all-time favorite horror movies. So, like, I think it's only fair that, you know. Yeah,
I'll have to think about it because I believe we've also talked about this on air. We won't be doing my first introduction to horror movies because that is the original Jeepers Creepers, and that director is a fucking pedophile bitch face. Yeah. So I don't want to give him a platform.
Which is unfortunate because Justin Long.
We love Justin Long.
But and I loved the movie, but
yeah, with everything that came out about him, I don't want to even touch that shit.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Maybe we'll see if we can throw up a poll on Instagram and see what people think if we should just jump into the third one or not. Yeah,
we probably won't do that until like after the holidays, though.
Yeah.
We'll get it figured out. We're going to I think we should take the rest of this year, though, to just like...
Yeah, we get to just chill for a little bit. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you guys next year, which is like 3 weeks for us.
See y'all next year.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Follow our Instagram and threads at No Cell Service Pod. Until next time.